Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do the Tarot Collective for today. Today is Thursday, August 4th, 2025. You may follow me on the Talk, the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, we love that for you. God's kiss. Whatever does not, just leave it on the table for someone else. You don't need to take on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use Intuitive City Oracle by Rob Barthelman. You can find that at intuitiveintention.com. My Intuitive Intention on Etsy. He also sells his decks in the TikTok shop. All right. Before we start, I want to address something. I went on YouTube this morning, and I don't know if it was the same person or if it was two different people, but under weird YouTube accounts, somebody got on my post and commented, stop gossiping about other people or something. I removed the comments. There were two weird ones on there. I thought they were maybe the same person, but I removed them. I'm going to remove any comments that don't make sense to me, like it's gibberish. And pardon me if it's another language. I mean, I don't know. I'm a very simple human being. I know English, like a teeny tiny bit of French, and that's about it. So, but they were just very useless comments because who am I gossiping about? Myself? My life? The people in my life? The people that have fucked me over? The people that have done stupid shit? People that I don't even give their names? You don't need to comment on my posts saying that I'm a gossiper. I talk about things that have happened to me in my life, and I'm going to continue to do that. That is my right as a human being to talk about my life. Everything is open for opinion, right? Like, I have my own opinion on what has happened to me in my life. I'm sure other people that are involved have their opinion. That's fine. They're free to voice it on their YouTube channel all they want. I'll never see it because I don't care to watch it. But this is my channel, our channel, and I'm going to say whatever I want to say because it's my life. Crazy. I know, crazy. Anyway, again, I deleted the comments. I don't know who it was that felt the need to do that. I had the same thing last year. Like, somebody got on there and said, oh, you shouldn't talk about things you don't know anything about, and you shouldn't talk about other people. Like, you know, I don't just get on here and talk about Betty across the street. Like, that's not, I don't know Betty, like, I'm just talking about my life up here, and I'm allowed to do that. So I'm going to continue. And if you don't like it, then don't watch it. It's just that simple. We got one on the table. Two on the table. Three on the table. Okay, 5 on the table. Six on the table. Let's do 2 more shuffles. We got 7 on the table. Last shuffle. Eight with bottom of the deck. No major, no reverse. Devil at the bottom of the deck. We got Ace of Swords, King of Pentacles, King of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. Pardon me. Nine of Cups. Two of Wands. And bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. With the Seven of Swords, somebody's living in La La Land. Like this is someone kind of delusional. Like they think the King of Pentacles, King of Wands, Six of Pentacles, they think they're in this energy. I just heard pimp in it. With the Nine of Cups, someone thinks that they have fulfillment, they have everything that they need. I shouldn't say they think that they have it. They tell people that they have it. They pretend to have it. Like they don't necessarily have it. It's like show pony syndrome. Like, poor me. Like keeping up with the Joneses, Like this is someone that pretends that they always have something new going on when they don't. And it's not to say that they couldn't, right? It's not to say that somebody couldn't put in the work and, with the Two of Wands, like, you could wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, I think I'm going to start painting, or I think I'm going to start community service, or I think I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Like somebody could put in the effort to do something, but it's like somebody basically just telling people instead, like a facade. And it's kind of so I'm just going to say this because I'm going to use myself as an example. I'm going to gossip about myself. When I tell my friends, when I tell my coworkers that I wrote a book and that I want to self-publish it, I want to say that probably 90% of them don't believe me. They either don't even believe that I wrote a book, which is stupid. It's on my one blog. Like it was up there all of last year. Like they could have read it at any time. My link tree was on my Facebook. Anybody could have pulled that up and read it at any time. My book. And then I took it down when I finished it at the beginning of this year. Yeah, I wrote a book. It's out. It's done. Like I just want to edit it. Then I'm going to pay to have somebody edit it, and then I'm going to figure out the whole publishing process. I want to do it myself because I want to make sure I can control it. I think people, pardon me, most of my friends, my coworkers, even my dad and my brother, they probably don't believe that I wrote a book at all. Never mind the fact that I'm going to self-publish it at some point. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of like I've told you guys in the past that, you know, like when I was going through my separation and divorce, and I had a bunch of people tell me, "Oh, like you should just move home with your family. Don't buy a place, don't rent a place, just move home with your family, save money." Okay, first of all, I would have never saved any money there. And second of all, I owned two homes. Like I bought my townhome in 2012. I own that. My ex-husband didn't have anything to do with that. He moved in with me. He didn't have anything to do with me buying the townhome. He didn't make the mortgage payments. He hardly helped out with anything. He had no money. When we bought our house after we got married, when we bought our house, um stupid. It was stupid. I should not have done it. But, we were married and I was thinking we were going to be married for the rest of our lives. Um I didn't even technically need to put his name on the loan application for our house. I qualified for the loan for our house by myself. The reason why I put his name on there is because I figured maybe it would possibly lift up his credit score. Possibly. That's literally the only reason why I put him on the mortgage for the house. Because I didn't even need him as a cosigner. I could have bought the house on my own. Literally on my own. I bought my condo on my own. When I bought my condo originally and closed on it, the ex-husband his name had to be on some of the paperwork saying that he had no claim to it because we were going to get a divorce. I refinanced in January. He's not on any of that paperwork at all. He doesn't need to be. My name was changed to my maiden name. Literally have bought 3 homes, all on my own. I have perfect credit. I qualified for my car. I didn't pay for my car. It was part of my inheritance. But I qualified for a loan on my car because my credit is immaculate. And I literally have people telling me like, "Oh, you'd be better off moving home. I don't think you'll be able to do it out there on your own." What? Excuse me? And if you follow, subscribe. I've told you this before. Like it just boggles my mind that people literally have no faith in me. Like they think I'm too dumb to do anything. And yet I owned 3 houses on my own, paid the mortgages on all 3 by myself. Our house mortgage when we had our house was almost $2,000 a month. I paid that. I bought all our groceries. I originally paid for my cell phone by myself because mine was separate from his. Yeah. It boggles my mind that people think I'm not capable, that I'm not responsible. And I like to think by now I should have proved them wrong. But I know that there are people out there that think like, "Oh, you're not psychic, you're not intuitive. Um, you didn't buy those houses on your own. Your mommy and daddy must have co-signed for you. You didn't buy that car on your own." Like, I mean, no, I didn't. But still, like, I don't understand. And I'm pretty sure a lot of my friends think I didn't even write the book. Again, the link was in Linktree for all last year when I was working on the book when I first started. They could have went on there and read it for free. Yeah, make it make sense. I've just been putting off publishing the book and taking my time because I spent the summer and the last 2 months working on myself physically, and I wanted to enjoy my summer, and I want to save some money, and I want to pay off debt, and I want to save for Italy, and I want to save to publish the book. But, I don't make any money off of YouTube. I don't make any money off of TikTok. I do these things for fun. I work a full-time job. Right now, we tend to work a lot of overtime. So, you know, Like, life gets in the way. But it's funny because this is just like, this is somebody, like, this would be me telling everybody I wrote a book when I literally did nothing. Like, oh yeah, I wrote, a 400-page romance novel. It's great. It's going to be out in 2028. Pick it up at Barnes and Noble. Pick it up wherever. And then I go home and I'm laughing because I'm like, I never wrote a book. Like, and seriously, people lie about their lives all the time. People lie about things that they do, things that they've experienced, and I'm like, why? What for? What for? Because you think you're impressing somebody? I'm not impressed. Your life is your life. I have nothing to do with it. You know? I don't know. Like, whoever this is, with the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords, it's like this person is really coming to the realization that they don't really, like, A, they're doing it, and B, they don't really need to do this. Like, what do you need to pretend for? Like I said, keeping up with the Joneses. What for? What for? Just be yourself and live your life the way you live it. Who cares? Who cares what your neighbor does? Who cares what your best friend does? Life is not a competition unless you're competing with yourself. That is the only valid competition that you should be involved with. You versus you. And whoever this person is that is lying about, like, behaving and doing things, like, you could just behave better and you could just go out and do things. Like, you don't need to lie about it. You don't need to lie about it. And what are you doing? Like, what do you think you need to do for humanity that you feel the need to lie? Like, just go out and do something. Volunteer in your community. Donate some money. Go work in a soup kitchen. If you know you have a friend that, like, needs a new place to live, like, help someone have a place to live. Like, I don't understand. Like, you don't have to be a god-like human. You, God's not expecting that of you. I'm not expecting that of you. Nobody's expecting that of you unless you're expecting that of you. Listen, it gives off the energy of trying to impress. And this is the energy, like, you tell all your friends you donated $1,000 to the Red Cross, right? When A, you didn't donate anything. B, you don't have the funds to do so. And C, you're acting like you did. You're acting like, you're some paragon of the community when you didn't even do anything. And here's the thing. It's kind of funny because I've talked to, I got a bunch of mosquito bites on me. They're really annoying. I've talked to a bunch of friends of mine before about, well, not a bunch, but a few friends, about how I donate every month. It's in my link tree. I donate to 5 charities every month, 20 bucks a piece. That's not a lot. It's not like a crazy amount. It's not 100 and it's 100 bucks. 100 bucks a month I donate. 20 bucks to each charity every month for 12 months. The last couple of years, every year I picked up a charity. The first 2 charities I think I've been doing for probably like 6 or 7 years. I don't tell people that I donated so that they're like, "Ooh, you're a baller. You can donate? Like, you can afford to do that?" Yeah, I can afford to do that because I work overtime every week. Just like I can afford to go to my friend's sister's quinceanera at the end of the month and give them, $100, $200, whatever, because that will be my overtime money. when I work overtime and I take in that extra income, I can afford to do things with that money. And I prefer to use it positively. At the middle of August, I donated $100 to my local chapter of the United Way so that $100 can go towards schools. We used to do like a school supply drive at work, and they didn't do it the last 2 years. So I just decided to donate some money, and it'll go locally to some school so kids can have school supplies, band uniforms, whatever. It's going to go in the pot. I did that because I wanted to. I did that because I worked overtime and I had an extra $100. I didn't do that to score brownie points. I didn't do that so I could come in here and brag to you. I don't think I put that link in my link tree, but I probably should, for United Way, if anybody ever wants to donate. And there's no pressure here, because I do what I do because I love to do it. Just like, when I have friends at work and it's their birthday and I bring them a cake or I bring them like goodies, like I don't do that because they expect that, because they don't. I do that because I want to do that. I do that because I think it's fun. I do that because I adore them. They're my coworkers. They're like family, that extended family. I do things because I want to put that energy out there. And when you put that, and when I put that energy out there, that energy bounces back onto me and makes me all the more happier. I talked to you guys before, if you like, follow, subscribe, about altruism. Altruism is a crock. Altruism is like you have to do an act of charity and not say anything, not take credit for it, pretend like you never did it in order for it to be altruistic. Who gives a fuck if it's altruistic? I donate money. I buy people things. I spend my time doing things for work, for the community, whatever the case, because I want to do that. Because that's how I want to spend my money. That's how I want to spend my time. It makes me feel good. Why would I give a fuck if it's altruistic or not? And again, I don't talk about it to make anybody feel bad, like, oh, I don't do anything. Okay, then don't. I have always been that person. I was always that kid. I was always that young adult, like I literally had people teasing me, calling me fatso, calling me ugly in high school, senior year of high school. Guys telling me I was butt ugly, guys telling me that I was a POS, and yet they would ask me for a piece of gum and I would give them a piece of gum. And you could say, oh my God, you were a doormat. Yeah, you could say that, or you could just say I'm a nice person and I'm not going to let their bitterness and their anger destroy me. You want a piece of gum? I'll give you a piece of gum, you scumbag. I've always been a giver. Always. I don't regret that. I mean, certain people, sure, but overall, I don't regret that, because again, it makes me feel good. It makes me happy. It makes me happy to see my friends and family happy. But this would literally be like me pretending to do all those things that I said and turning around and taking credit and then turning around and being like, oh, it's fulfilling and I'm fulfilled, even though I didn't do any of those things. And whoever this person is, like, they're with the Queen of Swords, it's like they're rethinking their game plan, their life path. Because who wants to live like that? And like I said, you don't have to donate hundreds, thousands, millions of dollars. You could donate $100 a year to the Red Cross, and that's fabulous. There's nothing wrong with that. That's amazing. Do that. Not look at it this way. All these millionaires and billionaires that donate every year, right? Like Jeff Bezos donates to his own charity or whatever, and then they take that money and they, put it towards whatever they work towards, kids, whatever. I don't know what they do, but think about it. Like, he doesn't have to do that, but he has the means, so he does do that. His ex-wife, his ex-wife, I can't remember her name, Mackenzie Scott, I think. She got half or almost half of his money in the divorce when they got divorced. She has donated so much money, so much property to charity because she has the means, because she knows that all that money that she got from her divorce with Bezos, she can afford to do that. And that's amazing. That's awesome. Kudos for her. You know, I don't have that. I can't donate like that, but I donate how I can, when I can. And if you can't afford to donate, you can't afford to donate. But I'm just saying, like, whoever this person is, like, they pretend, but they literally could just do one thing to change the world and it would be fine. Like, you don't have to live up to some expectation. Like, there is no expectation. There's none. You're here on earth to live a human experience. That's the expectation. That's the purpose of life. To live the human experience. It's that simple. Sorry, I deliberately moved my earring and then it was irritating. This person is realizing they put a lot of work into fakeness when they really could just be authentic and just do what they do. Invest in what they invest in. And again, with the Ace of Swords and the Two of Wands, like, this person knows. Like, whoever they are, they know. They know. It's a matter of taking accountability and healing and changing, right? Growth. I think I'm going to leave it there. I don't think I'm in it. I think I'm going to leave it there because I could rattle on about it all night long. It's obnoxious to me. Like, people put so much energy into being fake, and it would just be so much easier for them to figure out who the hell they are and just be that person. Seriously. I hope it resonated for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye.